So we all know that 2042 on release as well as the beta was pretty terrible, really disappointing, even though there were people that loved the beta and then didn't like the release, which was like a tiny bit better than the beta test. The game wasn't what we expected. It wasn't what we wanted as like a Battlefield game, and I believe, at least for me, it was a truly fall from grace for the series. But we do know that EA and DICE are working to make the game better, but I believe that the game will never truly be great or a really good shooter or a good Battlefield game. There's just too much in the core design of Battlefield 2042 which is just bad, pretty much. But with all these recent changes, map reworks and patches, they have fixed one thing which makes the game better to play and makes it a lot more enjoyable. Now, it's not the map reworks. The map reworks they've done do make those original maps better, but they're still not great. The new maps that they've brought into the game are better than the original maps, but I believe no map in 2042 will ever really be remembered. There's no big, awesome, iconic map in 2042. They're all going to be forgotten. You need a map like Strike at Karkand in 2042. Karkand was introduced in Battlefield 2, and it's pretty much been in every Battlefield game since because it's such a loved map, and they need something like Karkand in 2042. Not necessarily to put Strike at Karkand in 2042, but to have a new, great, iconic map. That is something that 2042 is really lacking. Specialists will always be an issue with 2042. They will never disappear. EA wants specialists in there for the skins to be able to sell the skins. They advertise them with the game, and they said on the pre-orders that you will be getting extra specialists, so they have to stick to putting specialists in the game. There is a specialist rework coming, but really all it is that it will let you choose a certain gadget for your specialist. They're putting the specialists into certain like class categories like assault, support, engineer and recon, but the specialists already fit into these certain roles. You just highlight the specialists in the game and it will tell you if they're like recon, assault or support. So there's no real change there apart from letting you choose a gadget. So that's a massive missed opportunity for specialists. Really what they need to do, and I hope they do it in the next Battlefield game, is go down the route of World War 3 and what they've done for their characters. In World War 3, you have your character, you can change their face, and then you can change what headwear, facewear, gloves, top, bottoms, and change the camo for each individual part. And there's a bunch of other little things you can change on your character, just like little patches and stuff like that. And that customization goes into the weapons as well. I think World War 3 has, I want to say, the second best weapon customization out of any shooter, because I'll say Tarkov has the best weapon customization. It just takes a little bit longer to learn Tarkov's weapon customization, but in World War 3 it's a lot simpler and still is really damn good. But what was this one major fix that they've put into 2042 which has made the game a lot better to play? And that's the gunplay. In the beta and the release, the gunplay was really, really bad. The automatic weapons had quite major bloom on them, which made the guns feel really inaccurate. The guns would have some vertical and horizontal recoil, which you can control, but because the bloom was so aggressive, you can't control bloom unless you stop shooting. With bloom, it just makes the bullets go in random directions, and that is a system that Battlefield has used for every game apart from Battlefield 5, and at least for me it led to a very poor experience when just shooting any gun. You could fully control the recoil so you're on target, but your bullets would just be spraying all around your target, and it was just terrible, and that was a big thing for 2042. But with 2042 now, I'll show a comparison for you here. You can see that the bloom has been greatly reduced, meaning that now if you just completely control the recoil, you can take out people so much quicker because the guns are accurate and Now, instead of having a random spread of bullets coming out, it now more relies on player skill. If you control that recoil, you'll be a lot more accurate, meaning you'll be able to get those kills a lot quicker because you'll be accurate. And it's just more fun because you can get these kills instead of just having these random bullets spraying all over the place. It's made the general moment-to-moment gameplay in Battlefield 2042, mainly for infantry players, it's just made it so much more enjoyable. And that's why I've been playing quite a bit of 2042 recently, because I can just jump in, pick a good weapon. I've been mainly using the AK-24 and just mowing down loads of people and having a decent game. But there's still loads of other issues of 2042. Like I said earlier, the maps and the specialists, those things will never truly be fixed in 2042. We gotta hope that EA and DICE have really learnt their lesson when it comes to Battlefield for the next Battlefield, that they actually put in some good maps, get rid of specialists and let us actually play soldiers instead of these hero types. Just give us like a character customization like World War 3 so we can truly make the character we want to make. I would recommend trying 2042 now. I mean, it is on Game Pass, so if you have Game Pass, you don't have to pay anything extra to play it. And it probably is being dropped in price quite heavily, at least in the sales, because it has been out for a year now and EA really want to make some extra money on it, to be honest. I believe that the Battlefield franchise can bounce back to at least what it was in the heydays of like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, or for me, Battlefield 2. I think Battlefield 2 for me was the best Battlefield experience, but we do know that Vince Zampella is now leading the team for the next Battlefield. If you don't know who he is one of the guys who created Call of Duty. He left Activision, created his own studio, and went on to make the Titanfall series, Apex Legends, and Jedi Fallen Order. So that guy leading that team does have a lot of experience in the industry at high levels. We gotta hope that it doesn't try to make the game too Call of Duty or Apex or Titanfall like with this really high mobility game. It doesn't need to be something like that. It needs to be a bit more grounded. We just gotta hope that they really listen to the feedback for 2042 and listen to the fans. But let me know what you guys think about 2042 in the comments below. Have you played it recently? What do you think? What do you think of the future of Battlefield with the new one being created by Vince? Let me know, and if you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe for more, and thank you for watching.